everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be doing the beginning of the year book tag. I originally saw this on Larry Reed's channel and I thought it sounded like really fun, and it's a good way to plan ahead for the year, and then I want to do a mid-year and an end-of-year book tag as well. So yeah, let's get started. So I have the questions, oh gosh, here. There was a couple of them that I decided I didn't really want to answer, so I took a couple of them out and I've just done the ones that I did want to do. So there's 15 questions in total, so let's get started because I yap a lot, so this is probably going to take me a while. Okay, number one is how many books do I plan on reading this year? So, okay, I'm a bit of a weirdo. This has been established many times, and I am doing I've done like 3 different reading goals for the year. So on Goodreads I've set my goal to 50 like I did last year, because that's a very achievable goal for me to do now. I've done it for the last 2 years and I read a lot more now than I did a couple of years ago, because most years I was only reading around about 20 books. Last year I read 77, so I read a lot more now than I did. So I thought 50 was a very good reasonable goal, and that's what I've done for my Goodreads goal. But I'm on a couple of different platforms that I do reading goals on as well. So I'm also on Fable. And on Fable I have set my goal to 60 because that is in the middle of what I read last year and like the goal I have on my Goodreads. So I thought that was also pretty achievable. And then over on Storygraph, I've set my goal to 80 because I don't really mind changing my goal around a bit on Storygraph, but I don't really like to do it on my Goodreads. So yeah, that is what I've set my goal as for this year. I set it as 50 is the minimum I want to read. 80 is my dream goal for the year because I want to read that many books. And I hope I can. I am doing pretty well already. It's currently only the 17th and I have read, oh gosh, how many have I read so far? 6 books so far, and I'm on book 7 now. So I'm doing pretty well already, and it's only the 17th of January, so I'm hoping I can hit my goal of 80, but we'll have to see. Okay, question number 2 is a book I'm likely to reread this year. If I'm being completely honest, most likely the Boys of Tommen series. I'm completely obsessed with this series. I read them, most of them last year, and I finished Taming 7 very recently. And I'm completely obsessed with this series. I love everything about it. I love the characters and the story. I love seeing all of their growth and the character development, and I want to reread and annotate them. So like I said, I read the first 4 last year and I read book 5 at the start of this year. And I'm going to wait a little while until I do reread them. But honestly, Binding 13 and Keeping 13 are definitely 2 that are on my reread list for this year because I want to reread, highlight and annotate them. Okay, so the next question is a book that is on my priority TBR for the year. Okay, so I have a couple of books that are my priorities for this year. So first up, we have Crescent City. I want to start the Crescent City series this year because I read the entirety of ACOTAR last year. I read the majority of Throne of Glass, and I finished the last 3 books in the Throne of Glass series at the start of this year. I told you, I've read a lot, and 3 of those books were like really big fantasy ones. But I finished the Throne of Glass series recently and I feel a little lost without it, if I'm being completely honest. So I do really want to read Crescent City because I want to explore more of Sarah J Maas's world. So that is definitely a priority read for me. I wanted to read at least the first one in the Crescent City series. The next one is one that comes out next week, and that is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the 3rd book in the Imperium series. I reread Fourth Wing at the end of last year and I read Iron Flame for the first time, and I absolutely adored both of them. So I really cannot wait to read Onyx Storm and be back in that world again because I just love the series so much. And then my last one is probably the last 2 books in the Harry Potter series. I planned to read them last year, didn't do it. I've been procrastinating reading the last 2 books just because I really did not like Order of the Phoenix. but I just want to read them too so I can get that series done and dusted and out of the way. Okay, next question is an author that I'm done with in 2025. So with this author, I bought quite a few of their books before I'd even read any of them. And then I read one of their books last year and I hated it. I hated it so much. So an author that I am done with in 2025 is Ali Hazelwood. Now, I know she's a very beloved author for a lot of people, but I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood last year, and the more I think about that book, the more bored I feel, and the more I just really don't like it. It bores me, I don't like the characters, I did not like the storyline, and I wasn't a fan of the writing. So before then, I was just buying Ali Hazelwood books because BookTok told me they were great. And maybe Bride was a bad choice for my first one, but I just didn't like the writing style. So an author that I'm done with in 2025 is definitely Ali Hazelwood. People can try and tell me to read more of her work. I'm not going to do it. That is it. I don't want to read any more of her work. I did not like the writing style in that book, and I did not like the characters or the book in general. So yeah, that is the author that I am done with in 2025. Okay, so question number 5 is something new I want to read in 2025. So this could either be like tropes or genre. I really want to try and get into thriller this year. I love like crime and thriller TV shows. I always have done. And I think they're really fun and I really love stuff like that. So I want to give crime and thriller books a chance. I definitely want to try some Freida McFadden this year. I've got The Naturals that Ida got me for Christmas. I also had the reappearance of Rachel Price, which my mum gave me a while ago. I definitely want to try and read some crime thriller books this year, just because it's something that I enjoy in TV, so I'm hoping I enjoy it in books just as much, because I just find it really interesting anyway. So yeah, I definitely want to do that, and I also want to read more non-fiction books. I said this last year and I only read one, but I have a couple of memoirs on my TBR that I just haven't read yet, and I really want to read them because they're ones that definitely interest me, and there's a couple of others that I've seen that do interest me as well, so I definitely want to read them this year. Because obviously I'm a very big fiction reader. I read a lot of fiction books, and I've only read a couple of non-fiction ones. I read I'm Glad My Mum Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and I also read Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. So yeah, I want to explore more non-fiction in the year of 2025. Okay, so on to question number 6. Question number 6 on this list is a popular book you want to read in 2025. I don't want to use the same answers that I have used previously. So I think a popular book that I want to try and read this year is probably Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I read the Chestnut Springs series last year and I absolutely fell in love with it. I love the series so much. It's one of my favorite romance series now. So I definitely want to read the Wild Love / Wild Eyes series that she's brought out. I do want to read the Gold Rush Ranch series before I read that, but that one is but I definitely want to get onto the Wild Love and Wild Eyes because I think I've heard that they're all single parent romances, and if you know me, you know that is my shit. I love a single parent romance. They're my favorite kind of books. So I definitely want to read Wild Love and Wild Eyes this year, and I think there's a new one that comes out very soon called Wild Side. I'm not 100% sure if that's the title, but I think it is. But yeah, no, I want to read the Gold Rush Ranch series pretty quickly, and then I want to read Wild Love and Wild Eyes. Okay, so I have already done a video that is going to be going out very soon with my most anticipated releases of the year, but question 7 is my most anticipated release for 2025, and I think my number one most anticipated read is probably Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforde. This is the final installment in the Windy City series. And when I tell you that goddamn series owns my entire heart, I honestly think it's my favourite sports romance series now. I've read quite a lot. Actually, I can't really say that because Boys of Tommen is classed as a sports romance series. It's my favourite non-traumatic sports romance series. But yeah, no, I absolutely fell in love with the Windy City series last year. I read the entire series in a month, and I cannot wait until I think it's May 20th when Rewind It Back comes out. Like, the second that book comes out, I don't care what day it is, I don't care if I'm supposed to be in uni, I am staying at home and I am reading that book. I don't care. I'm obsessed. I love the series so freaking much. I want to reread them already, and I only read them pretty recently, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, I think my most anticipated read for this year is definitely Rewind It Back, just because I've been so excited to read it ever since I finished reading the last book in the series, which was Play Along. So yeah, that is my most anticipated release for this year. Okay, yeah, so next question is a book that's been on my TBR forever and I probably won't ever read. I don't like to say I won't ever read a book, and a lot of the time if I don't think I'm going to read a book, then I will get rid of it. I will either donate it or I will sell it. So this was very hard for me to pick, but one that has been on my TBR for so long, and I've been telling myself so many times I will read this book and then I never do, is The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Danan. I read The Roommate 2 years ago at this point, and at the time I absolutely loved it, and I was really excited to read the next book in the series, but at that point I wasn't really reading that much. It was before I was reading a lot more, and my tastes have changed quite a bit since I read The Roommate. Do I still think The Roommate is a good book? Yes, but I don't know if I reread it now I would love it as much as I did then. So yeah, The Intimacy Experiment has been on my shelves for, God, like 4 years at this point, I think. I don't even know, but it has been on my shelf for a very long time. It was before my collection even grew as much as it has now. And I was so excited for it. But now I'm just kind of like, am I going to read this book anytime soon? Because I keep telling myself I'm going to. I keep put it on TBR and then it never happens. So, oopsie. But yes, no, that is the book that's been on my shelf for ages and I probably won't ever read it. Maybe that'll change, or maybe I will look back on this and after I've read it and be like, oh, okay, so I did read that. But as of right now, that is the book I think of. Okay, so the next question is a series you want to read this year. Now, obviously, there's a lot of series I want to read, but like I said, I don't want to reuse answers. Obviously, like, I want to read the Crescent City series. But one that I have on my shelf that I've been contemplating reading for a while is the Beyond the Play series by Grace Riley. So it's First Down, Breakaway, Stealing Home, and Wicked Serve. They're all sports romances, and you know me, I'm a big sports romance girly. So I think that's a series I definitely want to read this year, just because I think it would be quite fun and interesting. So that is definitely a series I want to read this year. And another one I definitely want to read is the Campus Diaries series by Elle Kennedy. This is the spin-off series from Off Campus and Briar U. This is the next generation. I think there's only going to be one more in this series that comes out this year. I have the first two, so I have the Graham Effect and the Dixon Rule, and then I think the next one is the Charlie something. So yeah, those are ones that I definitely want to read this year, and they're definitely series I want to try and get through. But yeah, no, I think I'm probably going to try and read First Down and Breakaway pretty soon, just because I'm doing a reading challenge currently for my channel, and reading sports romances is helping me get through it very quickly. Well, that's a lie. You'll see when you see the video, okay? Okay, so next question we have is auto by authors going into 2025. So I think for me, definitely my auto by authors are Chloe Walsh, Liz Tomford, Hannah Grace, and Elsie Silver, and Elle Kennedy, and Hannah Bonham Young. So I have my list. I've only read one Hannah Bonham Young book, but I loved it that much that I can't wait to read the other books that she's written. We all know my love for the Boys of Tommen series. We all know my love for Elle Kennedy's writing and her universe with the Briar U and like the off-campus books. Liz Tomford, because like I said, I'm obsessed with the Windy City series. Hannah Grace, because I read the entire Icebreaker trilogy last year and I'm obsessed. And yeah, no, I don't remember if I mentioned Sarah J Maas. I don't think I did. But if I didn't, Sarah J Maas, because I'm obsessed with her universe. I'm obsessed with ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, and I can't wait to read Crescent City. So those are my auto by authors for this year. So when they bring up books, my bank account is going to be weeping because I've already got a couple of pre-orders that I'm waiting for. Like the next book in like Boys of Tommen gets announced, you best believe I am ordering straight away. I do not care. Okay, up next we have a book to show adaptation you're excited about. And, oh gosh, dropping my iPad on my leg, that hurt. Ow. Anyway, book to show adaptation that I'm excited about. I think there's a couple that I'm definitely really excited about. So first up, very recently, the Twisted series got announced that it is becoming a show on Prime, and I cannot wait for that because I loved the Twisted series when I read it. I don't really have many opinions on who I want to be in the cast. All I know is that I want Lana Condor to be Ava. If you don't know who she is, I'll insert a picture here. She is the lead actress from To All the Boys, and that's some of my favourite movies, and I love her, and I think she'll make a perfect Ava. But I don't have any opinions on who I want for them to be in the cast, but yes, she's definitely who I want to be for Ava. Another one I'm excited about is the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. Is it probably going to be cheesy as fuck? Yes. Am I really excited about it? Hell yes. Because I love the Off-Campus Briar U universe, and I'm very, very close to be finished with that series because I only have one more book left to read. I'm looking forward to I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a TV show, but Lightlark by Alex Aster. I know that's getting produced into either a movie or a TV show. I'm excited but also nervous about that because I know it's very hard with fantasy like to make it look realistic, so you know, we'll see. And then finally we have, I think, Fourth Wing is being turned into a TV show or a movie, and like I said, I love that series. So those are like my four that I know about and I'm excited about. So when they come out, you best believe I am stopping everything and just watching. Okay, so we only have 4 more questions left. Up next, we have a sequel that I'm excited for in 2025. And the one that comes to mind straight away is Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicarelli. This is the sequel to The Crimson Moth, or if you're in America, Heartless Hunter. I read The Crimson Moth last year for Ellen Catherine's book club, and it's also a book that Em loves as well, and she was the one who originally told me about it, and then I read it because of the book club. And I loved that book so much. I loved the magic system and everything about it. It wasn't like any other fantasy book I'd read before, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm definitely really excited for the sequel of that to come out because I just want to read it and I want to be back in that world with those characters. And the other one I am really, really, really excited about is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. This is the sequel to Out on a Limb. And if you've seen my videos from last year, you know my love for Out on a Limb. I adored that book so much. I genuinely thought it was so fun and so great. Honestly, I found a couple of my favourite books last year from like Alan Catherine's book club, because I read The Crimson Moth and Out on a Limb because of that book club. But yeah, no, that is definitely a sequel I'm really excited for in 2025, because I just want to read them. They're not out yet, sadly, but I know Out of the Woods comes out very, very soon, so I am very excited to be reading that. Also, The Works is coming out with a really gorgeous sprayed edition. I will put it here. I want that book so badly. I need the sprayed edition. So when that comes out, my bank account will be crying again. Luckily, The Works isn't that expensive, so it probably won't cry. Okay, next we have bookish things I'm leaving behind in 2024. Now, obviously, if you saw my videos from last year, you saw I did a video of bookish things I want to leave in 2024. And there's a big one that I've been seeing going around on BookTok at the moment that, honestly, it really annoyed me when I saw it. This isn't something I personally do, but it's something that I want people to stop doing. And that is, I want people to stop judging others for what they read and what they enjoy to read. Or like people saying like, oh, romance books aren't real reading. Yes, they fucking are. If you are reading words on a page, you are reading. I am a big romance reader. That's what got me into reading at the a couple of years ago. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved romance books, and I saw clips from a video that Call Me Chris did at the start of this year, and she was basically judging people for the kinds of books that they read, and like saying, oh, if your entire For You page is just like extracts of like spy scenes or like shirtless men and hockey things, then you need to go outside and touch some grass. No, I have hay fever, okay? I ain't going outside and touching any grass. But also, she also included clips of people's BookTok videos in her video, and it was just really distasteful in my opinion. I haven't seen the full video, and honestly I don't want to watch it because what I've seen and heard is enough. But yeah, no, that is definitely something I want to leave in 2024, judging people for the kinds of books they read. Let people read what they want to read, okay? No, you're not harming anyone. How am I harming anyone sat in my bed reading a little bit of Spice? How is that hurting a single person, okay? How about you go outside and touch some grass, okay? And I hope you have hay fever. Okay, I'm stopping. Okay, we have 2 more questions left. Next, we have, how have your reading tastes evolved over the last couple of years? I changed this question around a little bit because it's, how has your reading taste evolved since last year? My reading tastes have evolved quite a lot over the last couple of years. So predominantly last year, I really delved into fantasy. And it has become one of my all-time favourite genres now. Before that, I was strictly a romance reader, and I still am mainly a romance reader. I love romance books. But as of recently, I've really delved into fantasy books, and I absolutely love them. I love the worlds and the characters and the magic systems, and getting to go away into this like far off land in my brain and experience new things like that. And my love of fantasy has just grown so much in like the last year, and I think that's definitely one that has changed, because I used to assume I would never like fantasy books. I have read obviously like a couple of like fantasies previously, but like not that many that I could say I was like a fantasy reader. But I mean, I've basically devoured most of the Sarah J Maas universe in the last year, and I read like the Imperium series and stuff, so yeah. I would definitely say that I have delved into more genres in the past year, and also I discovered my love for audiobooks in the last year. I used to always think I wouldn't enjoy audiobooks. I'd get too distracted for them. Now I prefer reading with audiobooks. Now, before anyone comes at me saying audiobooks aren't reading, yes it is, okay? You would not say that to a blind person. You wouldn't say it to a blind person that just because they physically can't read the page, they're not reading. Blind people listen to audiobooks. A lot of people listen to audiobooks. Audiobooks are reading. And also, when I'm listening to audiobooks, I also follow along in the physical copy because that's how I prefer to do it. But you don't have to. Even if you just listen to the audiobook, you are still reading. You are still consuming the story. So, yeah, I definitely fell in love with audiobooks this year. I definitely love it with a fantasy book because I feel like it draws you into the world more, and you get to experience it better. I listened to the Throne of Glass series and the ACOTAR series with audiobooks, and it just made the experience better for me because I felt like I was really there with the characters. And one of the things I want to do this year is I want to get the graphic audios of the ACOTAR series, and I want to reread them because with the graphic audios, just because I think it will be amazing and so much fun. So yeah, that is definitely something I want to do this year, and that is definitely how my tastes have changed over the last year with different genres and audio. I was talking and then TikTok cut me off. I don't know why it cut me off, but I was just saying, like, the way that my reading tastes have evolved a lot in the last couple of years is I read more fantasy now. I'm into reading new genres. I listen to audiobooks now, and I found a new way of enjoying reading. And honestly, I'm not just buying books because they're popular. I'm buying books that I'm genuinely interested in. Before I really figured out what my reading tastes were, I was just buying popular books. And yeah, I did really enjoy some of them, but a lot of them I didn't either. And I'm so glad that I've gotten out of the mindset of reading popular books is the best way to go. Is there some popular books out there that are popular for a reason? Yes. Is there also some out there that that shouldn't be popular in my opinion? Also yes. But now I actually go for books that I know I will love and enjoy. So yeah. Okay, so there's one question that I accidentally deleted that I didn't mean to delete, so I actually have 2 questions left. One of the ones was, what can you expect out of my YouTube this year? So I definitely want to do more reading vlogs. I want to try and get more content out there because I have a lot of ideas that I want to do. I want to improve on the editing and quality of my videos. I'm constantly on a journey of improving my content, just because my YouTube channel means so much to me. It's been a big part of my life for the last year. It's something that I genuinely love doing, and I love filming videos. I love getting content out there. I love connecting with people in my comments. I've had a few new people subscribe to me recently, and they're in my comment section, and I love that. I love talking to them in my comments. So yeah, if you comment on my video, I will reply. Unless you're rude, then I will block you. But yeah, no, I just love getting to talk to people about books. I love knowing that people are enjoying my videos. So yeah, I just expect more of my face. I will be doing more reading vlogs. I will be doing more sit down chatty videos like this one. I want to try and do some more book review type videos. I have plans to reorganize my bookshelf at some point this year and get a new bookshelf because mine are overflowing now. So you can expect that to be coming very, very soon. So yeah, that is something that you can expect from my channel this year. And then the very final question is, who are some booktubers who inspire me? And obviously the inspiration for this video was Lari Reed, so she is definitely an inspiration to me. And I have liked her videos for a while, but I think my 2 big, main inspirations for this channel and for the content I bring out and for helping me improve in my videos is Ella Rose Reads and Ellen Catherine. And that is because they are literally my two favourite booktubers. I love their content. I love watching their videos. Whenever I see a video upload, I can't wait to get a chance to watch it. I just love their content and who they are as people. I've spoken to both of them on Instagram and stuff. Like I said previously, I'm in Alan's Discord server, and she's such a lovely human. Alla is such a lovely human as well. I've spoken to both of them. And I've interacted with their content, and I genuinely have the best time whenever I watch their videos. So they are definitely my main two biggest inspirations for this channel, because they're also UK book girlies. Whereas like a lot of the book like tube videos I see on my like YouTube feed are American booktubers, and yes, I do love American YouTubers as well, but it's nice seeing some British YouTuber as well, and seeing them go into places that I can also shop, like Waterstones and the works. So yes, those are definitely my two main big inspirations for my channel. I aspire to grow my channel as much as they have and have content as good as theirs. Something I really want to try and invest in within like the next year or so is a camera, because currently I film everything on my phone with TikTok, and I feel like I need a camera soon, but they're expensive and I don't really have the money for that right now. So at the moment it is sticking with the phone, but that is something I want to invest in. Definitely having a camera and maybe some better lights, because my ring light isn't, well, actually I love my ring light, it's great. It's just sometimes I don't feel like I look the best with this on. I feel like I look shiny. But you know, that is the very last question for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that little notification bell below so you know when I upload. At the moment, I upload every Friday at 6 p.m. I am working on maybe upping my schedule so I can do like maybe like 2 extra videos a month on a Tuesday, but I'm going to see how it works out once I'm back in uni and I see how my schedule works out with that. Just because I got a little bit slack with my uni last year, I wasn't doing the best. I have a lot of things that go on with my health, and I was making a lot of excuses to not go in last year, but I really want to do better this year. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can start uploading a bit more. If not, it will always be on a Friday at 6 p.m. And I need to get this video edited because it's currently 22 minutes past 4 and this video is due to go up tonight. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will catch you next time.